everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Ilyse and I am 24 weeks and 6 days pregnant with our first baby. I am due December 26th and we are having a little boy, and this is just an update of all the things I've experienced this week and what we're doing to get ready for our little boy. So let's start off with some symptoms. This week I have been noticing the Braxton Hicks contractions that I was having while walking last week have become quite painful. They're not on both sides, it's only on one side, and it's a little lower than where I would have round ligament pain. I see my OB next week and I will definitely talk to him about that and see if there's anything I can do, if there's like some stretches or something that might be possible to help with that, but I'm not really sure. The symptoms that I'm having are similar to what would be SPD, which would just mean that like there's a lot of stretching going on, and there are some complications that go along with that, and I'm not diagnosing myself with anything. I will definitely ask my doctor for some recommendations and what he thinks is going on, and definitely abide by whatever he tells me. Some other symptoms I'm having this week. So now that I'm 6 months, I am having such a hard time sleeping. I don't know if it's that I'm uncomfortable or that he's kicking me, but I wake up all hours of the night. I wake up every couple of hours, and then I'm awake for 30 minutes, and then I fall back asleep, and then I'm awake, and then I fall back asleep, and it's exhausting. I wake up and I have this almost hungover feeling because I haven't gotten enough rest. I am extremely uncomfortable. It makes the mornings, takes me a long time to get up and get moving, which is okay because my classes are later on, but it is extremely inconvenient to not be able to get up and go. Another thing about sleep, throughout my first trimester, I had extreme morning sickness, and it never happened in the morning. It would start around 7 o'clock at night. Sometimes it would start a little earlier in the afternoon, but early on it started around 7 o'clock at night. And then I would just vomit all night, all the way up until 3 or 4 in the morning. And then around that time I would stop vomiting and I would be able to get some sleep, and then I would just be ruined the next day. I couldn't get anything done. I was just laying on the couch, super dehydrated, drinking Pedialyte and Gatorade, trying to get my electrolytes up. And it was really difficult in the first trimester, but I noticed that nausea is starting to come back. I wake up in the middle of the night, and when I have those increments of being awake in the middle of the night, I am extremely nauseous. I don't think I'm gonna vomit, but I just have my gag reflexes going. And that's really unfortunate, but I don't think there's really anything I can do about that. That's gonna go away with time. I have tried taking Tums. I thought maybe Tums might help settle my stomach, and now I'm gonna switch to Gas X because the Tums aren't doing anything, and I'm assuming maybe it's gas. Maybe I have to try something because waking up and being nauseous is not a great feeling. So let's move on to things we are doing to get ready for baby. Just a second. So this is our 1-year-old puppy, Rico. He is a Beagle Maltese mix, and we are currently getting ready for him to meet his little brother. We've been doing a little more training with him, trying to get him ready. I think the biggest concern is jealousy, him being jealous of the new baby, or stealing his stuff because he really likes to steal socks. And we're just working on that right now, and we're gonna take him to a trainer and get some proper training done with him before the baby gets here, just to prevent, anything happening. It's really unlikely that something would. He's a very docile, kind dog, but there's always a chance, and I would never ever leave the baby alone with him in the room. You hear horror stories about the dog, kind dog, never hurt a fly, and then something happens with him and the baby, and I would never forgive myself. So we are going to take every precaution possible to get Rico ready for the new baby. Isn't he so cute? Say bye. Alright, so let's move on to my cravings. What I'm craving this week is just one thing, and it is chocolate cake. And last night I made one and ate half of it. That's not something I would always do. I do have some amount of a treat every day, because I don't think depriving yourself of something sweet while you're pregnant is a good thing. Your body's telling you what you need. And I don't think it needed the chocolate cake, but it sounded really good to me. So I had some, and you know, I just eat healthier the next day. That's the best way to go about it. I have gained almost 10 pounds. I'm at about 8.5. I'm 144.5. And that fluctuates a little bit. Some days it's lighter and some days it's heavier. That's to be expected because I am drinking a ton of water, still about 120 ounces a day. That's where I feel best. That's what my body's most comfortable with. If I have less than that, I tend to feel a little dehydrated. So the water weight fluctuates. So I'm not sure my exact weight, but it's somewhere around 144.5. All right, so moving on to products that we've gotten this week. So I'm debating a little bit between what type of jogging stroller I want to get. I definitely want to get a jogging stroller. The regular stroller that we are ordered is the UPPAbaby Vista. I wanted to get a stroller that was high quality and was going to last long term for more than one baby, and that would convert to 2 babies. Not that we plan on having a second one right away, but it is just good to always be prepared instead of having to buy a second stroller. As far as jogging strollers go, I'm debating on the Bob stroller. So if anyone has any recommendations, please comment down below and let me know what you think about the Bob stroller, or if you have a different recommendation, because I'd love to hear everyone's opinion. So other products that we're looking at for baby, this week I picked up some water wipes. I love water wipes. I think that they are really good. They're chemical free and they're extremely pure. My husband has extraordinarily sensitive skin, and my skin is a little sensitive, but his skin is very, very sensitive, and I'm buying everything hypoallergenic, chemical free, that type of thing, because I don't want to take a risk of the baby getting rashes and that kind of thing. Just because, you know, sensitive skin is a genetic condition, I guess, and it can't be passed down from like father to son, or like mother to son, or any child, I guess. So I'm just making sure that we're doing everything possible to make sure that he is healthy and perfect and all of that good stuff. We also picked up some Honest diapers, and I got these in newborn size. They are the llama pattern. There's only 40 in here, and they're up to 10 pounds. So my husband and I were both 8-pound plus-ish babies, so I'm not planning on using them for very long, and I'm not going to buy a surplus of newborn diapers or even size 1. I have this package, and then I'm sure I'll get some from our baby shower, which is coming up in a month, and then from there I'm going to stock up on other diapers and that kind of thing, other sizes. But I am trying to go with Honest diapers. That's my preference, just because it's less blowouts, less laundry, the whole thing. And then we also got some Soothie pacifiers. These are 0 to 3 months. I like these kind of because it's orthodontic recommended. And I'm not sure how much he's going to use the pacifier. My husband didn't use the pacifier, and I didn't, but I was a huge thumb sucker. I sucked my thumb for far longer than I should have. And my parents would take it away from me, and they would try all these different things to get me to not suck my thumb, and none of them worked. So maybe Fletcher will be a thumb sucker. In one of his ultrasounds, he was sucking his thumb. So I'm kind of thinking maybe that is the case, so I'm not going to go overboard on pacifiers. I do have a couple Webinubs for him already, but those are also sweet little things. Like, you see them at the store and you want to pick them up because they're so cute. But I'm not going to go overboard on pacifiers. I'll probably get maybe one more package of them, and then obviously a different type because he might not like this kind, and then we'll go from there. So we also got Burt's Bees Baby Shampoo and Wash. I picked this one up because I really enjoyed the Burt's Bees Mama Bee Belly Butter, and I like pretty much everything Burt's Bees. It's safe and it's natural and it's not a bunch of chemicals, which is the most important thing. I don't want to be putting a bunch of chemicals on my baby. I'm not hippy dippy or by any means, but I do think it's really important to buy products that are safe for his skin, especially because they're so little and so sensitive. And that's it for products this week. So when I come back, I will show you guys my bump. So this is my bump this week from the front, and this top is from Lululemon. It's the same one I was wearing in my last video. It's a Swiftly Tech long sleeve, just in a different color. They are very comfortable, and now that I'm pregnant, they don't get like loose in the stomach anymore like they used to, so they're a lot more flattering. Fletcher is definitely out today. He's getting really big. And here's the other side. And here is my bear bump. And he is definitely growing. And my belly button is getting almost to an outie. We're really close to having an outie. And that's it. So if you like this video, please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up so you can come along on our pregnancy journey with us. See you next week.